Hello guys, and welcome back for another video for the Scribing Questline. Today we're going to be following the Wing of the Dragon. This was recorded live on Twitch. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, we are down to our last room. Okay, so we're going to continue on with the story Fable of the Dragon, and this is the last wing we have to do. Fable of the Dragon. Riddles were meant to be solved, and Misby the Bard knew the answer to every one of them. The dragon in her head made sure of that. Misby and her dragon came to the Grand Temple Jazenji Seer, where gathered the finest philosophers of the 16 kingdoms. The bard commanded their attention with a great shout and asked, "What is it that can be broken with only a single word?" The wise minds waxed and waned with wandering. The moon monks of the 16 kingdoms begged Misby for the answer, but she kept quiet and held them in suspense. "Silence," said Misby, illustrating her point. The dragon roared with delight and showed her wings, carrying Misby away. The dragon next landed Misby in a monastery, circled by claws ready to strike. "You are strong and spry, surely able to tear me to shreds," said the dragon through Misby. "But are you swift enough to know what it is that dies by devouring itself?" The claws puzzled over this. 2 moons rolled through the sky, and still they had no answer. When at last Misby told them, "A torch!" their last light went out with a hiss. The dragon then landed Misby north at a rain-kissed oasis between 2 grat oaks. She fell into a circle of moon singers whose song shackled the dragon and pinned Misby in place. At the dragon's urging, she managed to ask them, "Before I am spilt by the might of your song, I ask you, what must you keep after giving it to someone, or else it will be made worthless?" The singers stopped their song to puzzle through it. Their shadows grew long, and day passed to moonless night. "A promise," said Misby. Freed from the moon singer's song, Misby and her dragon flew safely away. The pair fled south and fell to rest at last in a grove of willows. Misby clutched her aching head, which was overfull of riddles. They were being chased for Misby's mischief. The dragon knew of a sanctuary through a door between worlds nearby. She would show Misby through if she would answer one more riddle of her own. "What has a wide mouth yet never speaks with its own voice?" Me, snapped Misby, "for with you living in my head, I am only compelled to speak with your voice. Just try to say it's not true." Misby's own mouth opened wide, and the scaled dragon slithered out. "Speak with your own voice then, and tell me the true answer," she demanded. But Misby did not answer the riddle. Instead, she laughed with relief. "The healers were right. The pain was all in my head." And though Misby did not supply the true answer, the dragon deemed her words clever enough to grant entry through the magic door. Interesting.
The Fable of the Dragon. This one's going to be a puzzler, my friend.
It's gonna be beyond me.
The path to master scribing seems to be a winding one, eh? Fable upon fable. Except, I know I've heard the story of Misby before, and when I paged through earlier, it seemed off.
What do you mean by off?
Missing something. not quite right. It stood out because we found copies of the Fable of the Dragon all over the library. We couldn't tell which one was Ulfsild's annotated copy because, well, that's your thing. However, we did find an echo.
An echo about the dragon? Well, where did you find it?
I think it's about the dragon, but I could be wrong. I love puzzles, but Ulfsild's echo said some pretty cryptic stuff. It's in the first room straight ahead as soon as you enter the East Wing. Just let me know if I can be any help.
I'll look for the echo in the East Wing then.
The others and I are trying to look at the Fable of the Dragon the way you do. You know, deciphering locations from the text, in case you need our help. It started a few arguments, but I don't mind. Helps that I like the work.
You like riddles?
I love them. Julian hates them. Laren seems indifferent, and Nard says he likes them, but I think he was just trying to be nice. How do you feel about them? Do you like riddles?
I don't care for riddles. I don't. Not at all. They always make me feel stupid when I get told the answer, you know?
Hey, fair enough. They're not everyone's skin of Rotmouth. If you need my help or just want to talk some ideas over, come find me. From everything I've read so far, the dragon loves riddles the way the ones in the stories love gold.
All right. Well, thanks. I'll let you know if I need help with the riddle. And I will need help with the riddle. Because good lordy, y'all, I'm gonna be very poorly at it. Ew, Rotmeth. What's Rotmeth? I don't know what that is. Echo of the Dragon.
On the path to ally with the dragon, you must choose your words carefully. If she asks if you are my inheritor, do not agree or disagree. Insist upon taking her trial. Then, seek my annotated fable as the meeting of many paths, a room full of doors with no hinges.
What?
On the path to ally with the dragon,
I see.
seek my annotated fable at the meeting of many paths, a room full of doors with no hinges. A riddle indeed, the first of many. But I have faith you'll find your way.
Okay then. Is a wood elf alcohol made from fermented meat? Oh! Oh, that is disgusting. Yeah, no, it's not my skin of Rotmeth. Not at all. Nope. Nope, nope. Do not like.
You listened to the echo? I think she's talking about the portal room, but we searched it 3 times over. There's no fable in there.
Why do you think she's talking about the portal room?
The antechamber to the main hall is a portal room, not just because it's convenient, but because it was easy. I could sense spell hooks aplenty in that room, dating back to Ulfsild's era. They used that chamber for the exact same purpose.
Your magic came in handy again.
Be good at what you do, my mother always used to say. Even if it's not your calling. Hang on, I didn't think about Ulfsild's lens. Maybe the book's hidden in there and you're the only one who could see it. I bet that's it. Go find out.
Sounds like a plan. I'll go check the portal room. Ooh. Gonna check this out. Okay. So, let's see. So, Reaper's March made a mistake of taking this fable far too literally. My secondary notes went on a tangent about thumbs and how a dragon could have lived in someone's head, let alone escape the halls of the Colossus. Easy enough. Jazangirsir. It's just west of Dune. I'd guess a candle, or more grimly, a marriage? This has to do with Dokrin's monastery. Claws here must mean the monks, the Order of the Claw. Okay. And Kaj Rolith? Shaw and I passed through there years ago on our first journey to Somerset together. Lovely place. Okay. I guess a cave. While that's not right according to Misby, it's also not wrong. I think I know this Willowed Grove. It's even further south than the village named after it. All right. Easy enough. Okie McDokie. Let's go talk to our allies. All right, what does the crow have to say? Because I'm bamboozled. This is a riddle. I don't do this.
You're on the path to meet the dragon. This luminary was a real challenge for Ulfsild, and might prove the same for you. Just remember to breathe deeply and stay calm. That's what she told herself the first time through.
Do you have any clues for the riddles from the Fable of the Dragon?
The monastery Dokrin can be found southwest of Grand Wall Ka on a crescent moon of water. I don't wish to reveal any more. Ulfsild put her thoughts down plain enough. Have faith in your own cleverness. Good luck.
Aw, look at the crow believing in us. Haha, that was her first mistake.
I've never seen a dragon myself, but I've seen the damage they can cause. Pity they can't all have an appetite for riddles over destruction, like in that fable.
Do you have any clues for the Fable of the Dragon?
As it happens, I'm studying to pick up to Agra as a second tongue. Jazenji Sir translates to Jode's Light in Cyrodiilic. Those ruins are just west of Dune, though I suppose they weren't ruins in Ulfsild's time. Stay safe.
All right. Clear enough.
Any luck finding what you need? Anything I can do to help?
Do you have any clues for the riddle from the Fable of the Dragon?
Can I see the annotations? Here, Kaj Rawlith. That's an old ruin site in northwestern Reaper's March. Fort Grimwatch is built over it now. And the bit about the door at the end. Did you notice that riddle went unsolved in the fable?
Ulfsild's notes came up with an answer.
No, don't tell me, I want to guess. What has a wide mouth, yet never speaks with its own voice? It's a well, right? Because when you speak into a well, it speaks back in an echo.
Ulfsild's notes said it was a cave.
Then I suppose we're both right. Perhaps there's a few potential answers these riddles could have. Though for your sake, hopefully not. Good luck out there.
That is a bit problematic. All right, and we have one more person we can talk to. Let's see what Julian has to say.
I won't lie. I was envious that you had first rights to exploring this place with Nalia, to restoring the altar, especially after seeing how much she's opened up with you around. Now that I know it involves riddles, not so much.
Fair enough. I like her openness. Do you have any clue for the riddles from the Fable of the Dragon?
There's a village called Willow Grove in the south of Reaper's March. As you can imagine, it's near a large grove of willows. I don't really care for riddles, but Nalia said she could use the help. And that's the best I can figure.
Fair enough. Do you know of any caves near Willow Grove?
I don't know. Probably not in the village itself. Aren't there caves everywhere? You're headed there anyway. Maybe find a viewpoint and have a look around.
All right. Fair enough. We'll do that. All right, let's see. Oh, go straight. All right, and there we go. Easy enough. Reference the fable in your pack. All right, I did that. Ah, yes, I see. I need to walk up to the things. And there we go. Oh, there he is. There we go. I'm on the wrong side of the doors. Luckily, I can go in. Okay, good. I was about to be like, please don't tell me I have to go all the way around. No, we're good. Alright, and now we need to go reveal the dragon's door. Alright, and there we go. Ooh. Cool door is cool. Wing of the Dragon.
At last. Let's see how clever you are, mortal.
Well, alright.
Mortal, let us dispense with pleasantries. You are here to master scribing, to amplify the power of the altar and walk in the footsteps of the Archmagus Ulfsild. In short, her inheritor. Do I have that right?
Interesting. I'm just here to take your trial.
Fascinating. I sense the power of the Indrik about you, so clearly you're here seeking my approval. In a way, that's acting as Ulfsild's inheritor. Can we at least agree on that?
I want to take your trial, dragon.
Very well. Have it your way. Inheritor or not, we'll have ample opportunity to see what kind of mind you have in there. Place my fable upon the dais to connect my wing to the Scholarium once more.
I'll place the fable on the dais. Are you going to tell me I did a good job? Did I do good? One of them praised me. Now I expect all of them to praise me.
We rejoin the Scholarium as it should be. Let's converse.
Well, at least he said something.
Mortal, it's been some time since I had the pleasure of real conversation. I may have begun this relationship on the wrong wing. What do you say we begin again? I am the dragon, a being of purest magic, intellectual, and enjoyer of riddles.
Why do you enjoy riddles so much?
I am endlessly fascinated by the world inside the mind, the universe within. And what are riddles but a shift in perspective? Even the smallest question can lead to an entirely new worldview, if asked at the right time.
Okay. And what do you want me to do for your trial?
I want to see if you have a mind for riddles. I've written a series that will whet your appetite for greater challenges to come. If you can decipher all of them, oh, well done. But you need only complete those which most appeal to you.
Is there anything else I should know?
Ulfsild struggled with my puzzles alone. It was her choice, but it made her miserable. You, mortal, are welcome to confer with others to solve these riddles. Ulfsild's inheritor or not, this will be fascinating to watch. Good luck.
Thank God. Thank God, because I am not good with riddles. I'm glad we're able to confer with our notes. Understood. I'll solve some of your riddles.
Which riddles will you solve? Huh? Which ones will you seek help to solve? Choices made are so instructive, so revealing. Don't you agree?
First, can I ask you a few questions?
What is the shape of your mind? Huh? I'm eager to see. I hope to learn about you by what you deem worthy of asking.
Why did you choose to be a dragon?
There is beauty to this countenance, is there not? Huh? And as I could have chosen anything when I was formed, why would I not be this magnificent creature? Frankly, I think it's embarrassing that the others chose such pedestrian shapes.
Oh, savage. I'd like to talk about the other luminaries.
If I must. The others are fine. Luminary. I've never been overly fond of that term. Ulfsild was insistent that for scholarship she needed a word, a way to refer to us. It suffices, I suppose.
Fair enough, fair enough.
A pompous old goat with an inferiority complex. He is terrified the power we wield might be misused. He spent centuries of existence wishing he, and by extension I, did not exist.
Interesting. The Indric seem focused on responsibility of your power.
We're immortal beings made from magic itself. What responsibilities do we have? To me, it seems irresponsible not to focus on intellectual pursuits, on improvements in thought.
Interesting. That's a way to think about it. Well, what do you make of the griffin?
A grizzled old knight who's fallen from his horse one too many times. He's adopted the concept of justice, as if he's the only one of us with a moral compass. It would be pathetic if not for his stewardship of that delightful little creature.
Yeah, I would have to say the griffin I would not find nearly as delightful if the fox wasn't there. Why do you think the griffin is pathetic?
His lasting accomplishments can be counted on one claw. He is so blinded by a pedantic code, and yet I must give him credit for ensuring the survival of the fox. Even a world-weary creature such as myself must bow an elegant head to that beast.
Interesting. So he likes the fox. That's awesome. Can you tell me about the Netch? Oh, this ought to be good.
A vacuous gasbag with pretensions of do-goodery. A limitless existence, unimaginable power, and the best he can think to do with it is slip sweets and coins into the pockets of the downtrodden.
Ooh, wow, he is roasting everybody. You don't think the Netch accomplishes anything?
Perhaps the Netch makes the lives of mortals easier. But we are beings of pure magic who, as far as I am aware, will live for eons. Why is it not the Netch's goal to make whole civilizations bettered, more focused? Maddening!
Okay, the dragon might be onto something. Well, real fast, I have a few other questions.
What is the shape of your mind? Huh? I'm eager to see. I hope to learn about you by what you deem worthy of asking.
Why are you so focused on riddles and the mind?
I exist because of a confluence of magic beyond the bounds of mortal influence. I was not born from a magical accident or a summoning gone awry. The ebb and flow of Aetherius and Nern were my parents. A small riddle for you then. Why was I born?
I have no idea. None.
Neither do I. That's why the mind fascinates me, mortal. It exists without purpose, but is beautiful in its complexity. And a riddle is a rock thrown into the pool of your contemplations. How could I not find that endlessly fascinating?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, well, we've talked to the dragon. So let's see what his riddles are. Alright. Riddle of battle. March forth and reap the 6 strongest foes, where the dunes give way to golden plains beneath the moons. Riddle of war. Plunder the spoils from beneath the war-scarred land, torn thrice-wise, where wood cracks, the hay takes note, and the toads rest their feet. Riddle of the moon. From the monastic garden, guarded by order claws, pluck that which blooms only in the light of the dark moon. Riddle of the hunt. Give chase to quarry in sun-kissed lands, from where Misby and her dragon made flight. Red in tooth and claw is your prey. Riddle of the game. Best an adversary on a battlefield, bereft of pain and blade and death, for prestige and patron's love. Riddle of the rich. Seek 2 sets of sequestered spoils in 3 major settlements of Reaper's March.
Even if your allies tell you the answers, you'll still need to complete the tasks yourself.
Am I going to want to figure this out myself? Ooh, I'm okay. I mean, aww. I mean, I feel like the riddle of the rich, that's safe boxes, right? I really feel like that one's safe boxes. Ooh, well, let's go talk to the Scalarium. Let's go talk to everybody else and see if I can get some help. Help! Alright, you like riddles.
How go your dealings with the dragon? Any more riddles to solve?
Actually, yes. What do you make of these?
Interesting. Not quite what I expected. The riddle of the hunt here sounds like she wants you to slay beasts and monsters in Reaper's March. It's similar to the riddle of the battle, except that's more specific.
Okay, and what do you think about the riddle of battle?
The riddle of the battle has you slaying not just monsters, but the strongest foes in all of Reaper's March. You may not want to face them alone, but that's up to you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So, like, world bosses? Thinking world bosses would be what I'd be fighting. I don't know, I ain't real confident on that. What do you think, Julian?
Oh no. You're going to ask me to help you with whatever that is you're holding there, aren't you? It's not a riddle, is it?
It is. Do you make any sense? Do any of these make sense to you?
Yeah. Let me see. The riddle of the game. Prestige and patron's love. That sounds like you need to beat someone in a Tales of Tribute match. And before you ask, no, I don't have time for one. Not that you'd beat me anyway.
Yeah, that's accurate. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, no, I don't. Nope, definitely not doing Tales of Tribute. Nope. Nope. Alright, Crow, help!
The dragon's challenges were particularly taxing for Ulfsild. I hope you're not losing too many feathers dealing with her.
The dragon said I could ask for help if I needed it. Do you make anything from these riddles?
Interesting. I wonder why she didn't recommend the same to Ulfsild. The riddle of the moon. You may remember Jokrin Monastery from the fable. A unique flower blooms there. I believe that's what you're meant to collect.
That one's easy. Alright, thank you, Crow. And what do you think?
You know, I'd like to find a way to help out around here. Everyone's got their assignments and they're all just telling me to stay out of the way. I do that well enough, but I'd like to do more.
Aw, well, can you help me with one of these riddles?
Delightful. This riddle of war here, that must be Cyrodiil. I interpret this to mean you're hunting treasures in Haynote Cave, Cracked Wood Cave, and Toadstool Hollow.
I'd have no clue how you interpreted those specifically, but sure. Yeah, no, I would never have caught on that. Definitely not doing the Cyrodiil one. Now let's see. What do you say?
Nali has opened up quite a lot recently. I can't tell if it's because of the riddles, the work in the Scholarium at large, or because of you. Whatever the reason, I'm glad to see her in such high spirits. What can I do for you?
Can you help me with any of these riddles?
Happy to. Riddle of the Rich seems straightforward. You're looking for special treasures in the major settlements in Reaper's March? Lucky for you, there are only 3 major settlements in the March. Rorkar, Orenthia, and Dune.
Alright, well, thank you. Okay, I think we got a heading. I see that now. Worth it. 10 out of 10 would do again. I just don't like Bastion. And yet, why do I have him out? He's just eye candy. That's why. Wait, you're telling me I have to... No. Yes, no. I have to go to Dune now? Yeah, I could not tell you the last time I had tater tots. That is just not something I have purchased as an adult. I've gotten fries, but not tater tots specifically.
You've got a knack for stumbling across those things.
I like how he's suddenly proud of me. Bastion, I don't think you're actually proud of me. Okie dokie, I'm here, so... Looks like we could go there. We're looking for a red flower. Ooh. Pretty little flower. Oh, we need to grab lots of them. Alrighty, and we need to kill world bosses? Well, luckily there's one right here. Alright, I think that was... Oh, cool. Nice. Solve the riddle of battles. Back to the Dragon Wing. Let's go. Oh my god! There's a ball! There's a ball! Hi!
Echoes of your success precede you.
Alright, so I'm gonna talk to an invisible dragon.
Your choices, the riddles you sought solutions to, were quite instructive. Gave me an intriguing peek within your mind. Well done. Now, for a real challenge. If I am to lend my power to the altar, you must understand my thoughts as well.
And how do I do that?
Riddles are a way to explore the way another creature thinks. A stone thrown into the pool of thought. That is your task. The challenge I put before you. Throw a stone. Construct a clever, devious riddle exclusively for me.
Oh, what kind of a riddle?
A shrewdly impossible riddle. One I cannot solve. And yes, the riddle must have an answer. You must understand me, how I think, so that you might craft a riddle I cannot unmake.
How can I understand how you think?
I've already given you clues. But while Ulfsil toiled alone, that was her choice. One that spoke volumes. You should reach out to your knight. Consult with the crow. Whatever you must to achieve the task I've put before you.
Alright, I'll speak with Nalia and the crow then.
With your allies at your side, seek understanding of my mind. Craft a riddle that will confound my thinking and ensure your success.
Well, can you give me some more guidance with this riddle? And can you get back here?
I can, of course. But too much guidance and this exercise would be well and truly academic, wouldn't it?
Fair enough. How is coming up with a riddle a trial?
Each of us judges a mortal's worth on our own terms. I have no interest in your ability to steal daffodils or stab Daedra, or whatever it is the others care about. Riddles are a way to observe your mastery of the mind. My domain.
Okay. Can I ask you a question to understand you better?
What is the shape of your mind? Huh? I'm eager to see.
Oh, wait.
I hope to learn about you by what you deem worthy of our...
Let's loop back around. I have no idea. Why choose me a dragon? Okay, there we go. Can you give me more guidance with this riddle?
I can, of course.
Can't I ask you an impossible riddle right now? Like, what happened to the dwarves?
Firstly, that riddle has an answer. They disappeared. Secondly, riddles to which you do not know the true answer are not in the spirit of the trial. Then you already knew as much, mortal.
Fine. It's BB. How can I understand your mind? You're a luminary of magic.
That's a very mortal viewpoint. Our minds are not so dissimilar. My origin may be more colorful than yours, true. But I promise you, I am no harder to understand than any other being you've encountered before. Just have a little faith in yourself.
Alright, fair enough. Well, I'm going now. You and the sparkly. Alright, let's see what they think.
I've been dying to ask you about your trial. Please tell me the dragon gave you some sort of riddle to solve. I'm right here if you need me.
She did. The dragon asked me to come up with a riddle she can't solve.
Amazing, just like the fable. And do you remember when I said I thought part of it was missing? I think that was the missing piece. The dragon in the story asks Misby to come up with a riddle so clever, not even the gods could guess it.
What was Misby's riddle?
It's been years since I read it. I just can't remember. Wait, that's right. I didn't read it, I heard it. A Bandari trader, this old Jakajit that came through our village. No wonder none of the others here remembered wise Misby.
Maybe we can learn from Misby's riddle.
A fantastic idea. Maybe it's transcribed somewhere. Let me ask around and see what I can find. In the meantime, you should talk to the crow. Ulfsild crafted an impossible riddle too, didn't she? I bet the crow could tell you how she managed hers.
Alright, I'll go talk to the crow. Let's see. Will the crow help me? I'm not smart.
That look on your face. The dragon gave you her trial, didn't she? She asked you to craft a riddle she can't solve.
Yeah, she did. I was hoping you could tell me about Ulfsild's riddle.
Just to warn you, there's no way the dragon will accept Ulfsild's riddle as your own. But I'm sure it would help to see the approach she took. Ulfsild left behind a number of notes. The dragon's trial was one that truly challenged her.
Well, that's good to hear. Nalia had a lead to follow as well. Where are the notes?
That's excellent. I'd go looking for a focal point near the echo you accessed earlier. If I know Ulfsild, and I do, she'd have made sure her notes were somewhere nearby. I'll send Nalia your way if she comes looking for you.
Alright, I'll go look for those notes. History of Yawning and Proper Technique. This volume is a comprehensive history of a beloved pastime and physical necessity for all mortals. The purpose of yawning is a matter of much scholarly debate among the highest minds of any given generation. For posterity here stands a comprehensive study. Alright, I think I've lost the other luminaries by now. Netch, if you're still reading this just this once, I ask you to cease your meddling and leave this where you found it. This book should only ever make it into the hands of one who follows my footsteps. I'm going to help you with the dragon's unsolvable riddle. Keep this book in hand and find my echo again, in the East Wing. Be prepared to answer the riddle of my own making. What can you give and receive, but never borrow?
If you're hearing this, it means you've found my false book. Cleverly done. And I'm glad to see you're putting the true sight lens to good use. Even if I'm not literally there to see it. When the dragon gave me her trial, I was in the midst of research on the origins of the luminaries. These ideas mingled in ways I couldn't imagine. Answer a riddle, though I cannot hear what you say. What can you give and receive, but never borrow?
I would say time was what I thought of.
Whatever your answer was, it was just one of many that might solve that simple question. I, in turn, might have said gratitude or affection. It's important that you learn from my mistakes before attempting to craft your riddle.
Wait, mistakes? Huh? Interesting?
I left behind notes on my process at Doval Shrine in Elsewhere. Hopefully they're still there, in a storage room behind the Dragon God training fortress. After all, what better place to hide something from a dragon? May the lens be your guide.
I see.
Adventurer! I found you!
Oh, and she's excited. Nalia, what do you got to say?
And here I was worried I'd be finding you at a dead end. What did Ulfsild's echo have to say?
She secreted away her notes on the riddle of Doval Shrine in Elsewhere.
That's... wow, that's a long way from here. If you're up for it, how about I create a portal for us and come along? I can open the way for you if the trail leads somewhere else.
You really do like riddles.
I really do. Look, I know you can handle yourself even without a Knight of the Lamp. I'll focus on research and support. But this trial is fascinating. And if I can be of service, then... well, that's why I took up with the Order in the first place.
Oh my god, I love it. She is just chomping at the bit. She is having a great time. All right, let's go, Nalia. All right. Like the easy port. All right, we're looking for a note. Oh, there we are. I love how that box is... oh no, it's just a book just hanging out here. Convenient. An ode to the joy of a good mystery. Asked each of the luminaries in turn about the origins of their kind, and they all returned vastly different answers. I plan to use this to craft my impossible riddle for the dragon. Owing to the nature of the griffin's birth, his answer changes each day. One day, it's all magical might, the next it's amount of magic expended, but his unwavering belief that he's finally got it right is always the same. The Indrik thinks he was manifested from pure thought, an invention of a mind that craves to make sense of the world through stories. The net refuses to give me one answer, rotating through as many tales as it has tendrils. The dragon seems almost angry that I care about this as much as I do. She is perfectly content to focus on the universe within, as she puts it, rather than contemplating the past. Here are, in no particular order, my own theories. 1. Luminaries are fallen tiers of Aetheris. We have observed ethereal energies in many different forms, mostly crystalline. Why not as spirits with physical manifestations? 2. Luminaries are experimental beings made by the Aedra and placed deliberately in our plane to guide and protect us. They are to Theris what Daedra are to Oblivion, just much rarer. 3. They're a natural part of the magical cycle. If we imagine magic is like water, the luminaries are like aqueducts, carrying it to our plane and casting it around them like a glowing lamp. 4. The Griffin believes it was created as an after effect of a powerful mage's spell. Perhaps there is something to these luminaries being made or shaped by someone in our plane, or they are pure manifestations of thought, like the Indrik says. Feats of great magic? If someone made a luminary, even accidentally, can it be done again? That made none of the luminaries truly know their origin. Made me wonder if knowing their origin was dangerous somehow. Would comprehending the nature of their existence alter something within them? I considered this a possible strength of my riddle. Then, if the dragon could not conceive the answer, there was no way she could guess it. Satisfied with this line of thinking, I went to the dragon with my riddle. What is the origin of the luminaries? I compelled her to seek counsel from her fellow luminaries if she needed help. I did this so she could see that her answer could not possibly be the absolute truth. This was a tremendous mistake on my part. Luminaries don't feel the passage of time the way we do. The ensuing argument lasted nearly 5 moon cycles. I sought Shal's advice, but he was busy with his own studies, and I could tell he thought the whole ordeal was rather petty. In the end, I could not bear to see my friends argue like that. I rescinded my riddle and asked the dragon for another chance. After so long crafting that first riddle, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm taking a break from Ivea. I'll head to Surnamir, my quiet little sanctum near Sunhold, and think on where to go from here. Aww. Oh?
Climbed up here. Full plate armor on. Huge mistake. Looks like you found something at least.
I did?
Listen, I climbed plenty of trees back home, and I'm nothing if not committed. Let's not talk about it. Did you find Ulfsild's notes?
I love it. She is so excited for this. I did. It looks like her original riddle was about the luminaries.
Let me see. The luminaries all have different opinions on where they came from. They started arguing, and to keep peace, she decided to try a different riddle. So she left her thinking... Wait, really?
What is it?
Sunamir, the study, the ruins where you and I met. That was Ulfsild's study. Huh. If she has any notes on what she did next, what riddles she ended up giving the dragon, I bet they're at Sunamir.
Well, then can you make a portal to Sunamir?
One portal to Ulfsild's ancient study coming right up. At least we won't have to do any climbing this time. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Sunamir. I wonder what it means. I never gave it a second thought before.
Well, doesn't this look familiar?
The portal closed once I brought the others through. That Ulfsild echo is still quiet. Is there anything else hidden around here?
Well... interesting. We'll use the thingamabobber and see what we can see. Oh. Okay. Boom.
To whomever follows in my footsteps, I leave behind a transcribed copy of Nisbe's fable. This should help you on your quest. Look for the last of my notes in the remote holdfast of Paragon's remembrance. And good luck with the dragon.
All right, thank you. So we had Nisbe's story earlier. Wait. Okay, so this is actually a new story. We haven't read this one yet. Misby and the Magic Door. Misby the Bard lived beyond the dragon's door for many an age. The dragon's lair was far more spacious than the accommodation she kept inside Misby's head. For a laugh, the dragon would often remind her of this, much to Misby's chagrin. "Stop saying my head is so small," said Misby. "My head must be infinitely large, for at one point it fit all of your infinite-sized ego inside of it." Is such a thing possible, to fit infinitely inside of infinity? "Anyway, it does not matter," said the dragon, "for I can absorb your head and see that it is quite small." Misby hissed. The dragon laughed and laughed, then realized Misby was serious about how angry she was, and sought to make amends. "If your head is not small, then prove it to me. Craft a riddle for me, and I will give you what you desire. I will not call attention to your tiny, puny little head ever again." "A riddle for you?" Misby asked. "An impossible riddle. One I will not be able to solve," said the dragon. Misby hardly even stopped to think before blurting out her riddle. "What is something that in order to have, you must give it up?" The dragon settled in. This one would be a thinker, and yet Misby had thought of it so quickly. She grumbled and fretted. The moons waxed and waned, and at last she begged Misby for the answer. "The answer is the answer," said Misby. Well, there it is. What is something that in order to have, you must give it up? The answer to an impossible riddle. For once you have it, the riddle stops being impossible. You ask the impossible, which was an impossible riddle, but anything is possible, which means it's impossible to... "That's enough," said the dragon. "Out of you and your big head." Perhaps you see where this is headed, narrator. It's not enough to be clever or trick the dragon. You have to trap her. Ew!
I knew I wasn't crazy about Misby. This is so interesting. Sounds like we're off to Paragon's Remembrance in Rothgar. Allow me, adventurer.
Very fun. I like this. We're getting a little bit of a world tour with this one. Makes sense since we're not having to go around and fight things and collect stuff, that we're doing a little more touring around. I said we weren't going to hit things.
The welcome I was expecting. This place must have been very different back in Ulfsild's time. I'll guard your backside. Head in and I'll be right behind you.
Okay, sounds good. Which way are we going? Oh, there we go. There it is. Ulfsild notes the impossible riddle. If a riddle has multiple possible answers, then it has a greater chance of being solved, and when you're up against a master of riddles, the fewer possible answers you can give her, the better your chances are of stopping her. What is the thing that in order to have you must give it up? There is one answer. The answer to an impossible riddle. An elegant solution from Misby, but it only works once. I couldn't give the dragon a riddle with no answer, or one that I don't know the answer to, but what about a paradox? If I ascribed a grimoire that could create every possible grimoire, but it also created itself, that was my riddle. I gave her time to answer. Whatever answer she gave, I was able to argue against it. Our conversation ran in circles, and at last, happily satiated, she conceded. My magic was forever altered, but I was already thinking ahead. I was thinking of you. When I said my farewell to the Scholarium, I told the dragon about you. This was for your benefit, I promise. I told her 3 things. I said that you would have a mind worthy of her riddles. I said you would bring her what she asked for, a new impossible riddle. And I said very carefully that you would never claim to be my inheritor. Hopefully, you see where this is headed. I have faith that you do, and if you don't, never be afraid to ask for help. I've learned that we need not all struggle alone in pursuit of something as simple and joyous as a good riddle. Ooh. Yeah, I need help. I'm sorry. I don't see where this is going. Oh.
There you are. Those are her notes. Let's get back to the Scalarium and we can go over everything we found.
Let's go. All right, what do you have to say?
That was certainly an adventure, wasn't it? A jaunt through ancient ruins to craft an unsolvable riddle. Not what I expected when I woke up this morning, but exactly what I needed. What was in her last notes? Anything that will help?
Here's everything I found.
Let's see. Ulfsild made a riddle that started a fight among the luminaries. Then she took cues from the Misby fable and tried to craft an impossible paradox. A paradox? Wait, could it be that simple?
Could what be that simple?
Ulfsild says here she told the dragon how to recognize her inheritor, but she told you not to say yes when the dragon asked. That's it! Ulfsild set this up for you all those years ago. Your riddle is, am I Ulfsild's inheritor?
My brain hurts. What? No, thank you. I'm glad you're having fun, Nalia. This is so beyond me. The dragon said I need to understand her mind. You don't think she'll be able to work that out?
But that's just it. This riddle is perfect for her mind. She loves puzzles, twisting things around in her head. What's twistier than a paradox? That's it, I think. Go ask the dragon if you're Ulfsild's inheritor and complete that trial.
Alright, I'm just gonna trust you on this. I don't understand how this meets the requirements, but I'm just gonna go with it. Thanks, Nalia.
This is what Ulfsild's notes were pointing to. I know it. After everything we've learned about her, I don't think she would have sent you on this tome chase for nothing. I know this is what she wanted you to do. But, just in case, good luck.
You don't know. No. I'm sorry, this is not clicking for me, and that's okay. I just need to go tell the dragon. Maybe it don't. Apparently, it won't make sense to the dragon either, and that's kind of the point. Is that it won't make sense to anybody? That's what I'm getting? Everybody's confused? No, I don't want to be. Okay, fine. Can you explain the riddle to me again? Maybe one more time.
Keep in mind, this is just what I think happened, all right? Ulfsild knew her days in the Scalarium were limited, so she left behind all these echoes, notes, and fables you found along the way.
Yeah?
That worked for the other luminaries, who would test you on their own terms. But, by her own admission, Ulfsild struggled with the dragon's trial. She wanted to make sure whoever followed in her footsteps didn't have the same problem.
Okay, so she spoke to the dragon before she lost the Scalarium.
Right. Ulfsild told the dragon signs to watch out for, so she would know for certain you were Ulfsild's inheritor. Then she left behind instructions for you, or someone like you, so you could make sure the dragon wouldn't know where you stood.
What? Nope, just lost me. Oh well, close enough. And that's the paradox? I mean, I'm just saying it. That doesn't mean I believe it. I guess I'm supposed to believe I'm not the inheritor. But I know I'm the inheritor. But I'm just supposed to say I'm not, and that's good enough? Oh well, whatever. And that's the paradox?
Exactly. If the dragon says you're Ulfsild's inheritor, she answered your riddle. But you never claimed to be, which, from what Ulfsild told the dragon, means you are. It's a loop the dragon could run forever, the kind of puzzle she loves.
No, I'm gonna stop thinking. We're just gonna go through the rest of this. No. Beyond me. I'm sorry. I don't riddle. I don't paradox think. Nope. Nope. Sorry.
You carrying a riddle for me, I hope.
Oh, Dagron.
I have been sitting here mulling what morsel you might lay at my feet, mortal. I honestly hope I am not disappointed. Out with it. What is your riddle?
Ulfsild told you how to recognize her inheritor. So my riddle is, am I Ulfsild's inheritor?
How do you know what Ulfsild told me? Unless you are her inheritor. You never claimed to be. Which, from what the Archmage said, would suggest you are. If you are, then I've definitively answered your riddle.
So am I? Or am I not?
Now, if the question has an answer, you haven't brought me an unsolvable riddle. But then that would mean you aren't her inheritor. And then how would you know what Ulfsild told me? And we're right back where we started. Clever. Very clever.
Sure. Okay, clever. Does that mean you accept my riddle?
I do. You have a mind for riddles. And even from all those years ago, it's clear Ulfsild wanted you to have my support. I find you worthy of my power. Take my sigil to the altar, inheritor. Or pretender. Whichever you are.
Oh, thanks, Dragon. I'm just gonna go. I'll never speak to you again.
Your tactics were unconventional, even devious. I loved every moment of our conversations. Make clever use of my power, mortal. For Ulfsild's sake, if nothing else.
I do not have a brain for this. My head does not think like that. I am a very straightforward person. It does not work like this. No, thank you. I do not like logic that goes inside. I want a straight line. Yes, I'm boring. It's fine. I never want to speak to the dragon again.
And with that, the power of the dragon has been restored to Alter.
Somehow that was the most stressful.
Did you pass the trial? That look on your face! The riddle did the trick! Congratulations! You can never be certain things will turn out in your favor where dragons are concerned. Even if she's not a traditional dragon.
The riddle did the trick. Thanks to your help, Nalia, because I certainly wasn't going to figure it out.
Hey now, this was a team effort. And of course, Ulfsild herself set the stage for our success all those years ago. My usual day is filled with protection, patrols, and portals. This was a nice break from the usual.
Well, another wing taken care of.
Incredible. With the dragon's power amplifying the altar, who knows what secrets you'll uncover out there in the world. We pulled together, solved her puzzles, and followed fully in Ulfsild's footsteps. Not bad for a night's work.
And with that, we are going to wrap up this chapter of the Scribing Questline. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to throw a like, and if you want to get a notification for whenever the next part goes live, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to hang out with us live, we're over on Twitch multiple days a week. If nothing else, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!